guys, my name's Taz. Today is pretty exciting. It's been months in the making and years in the understanding. And today I'm going to mess about with the TCI of Project Gilby, the budget bobber build. So many years ago on the Virago Tech forum, JR Zook, who kicks around on the Facebook groups, suggested that the SRV250 had a TCI, transistor controlled ignition, that could plug and play in the Virago 250 or the XV250. I didn't think much of it at the time, but it's always sat in the back of my head. And after months and months and months of looking and a month of it arriving, here is an SRV250 TCI. Supposedly it has 32 degrees of advance rather than 27, so that's +5, and ultimately it also supposedly has no speed restriction and a number of other benefits. This is something that is either going to plug and play and work or not work, and it's sort of delving into internet folklore. I don't know if it's going to work, so it's going to be really, really exciting. It's took a lot of messing around to get. This video is not about how to get one. That's up to you guys to work that out. It took me a long time. This is about whether this SRV250, which is sort of a cafe racer style bike, almost on a Norton featherbed style frame, using the Virago engine and dual carbs, makes about 27 to 30 horsepower rather than 22 horsepower, whether this brain will run this bike and give it some power benefits and de-restrict it, so to speak. So, bottom line, got to get the seat off. TCI is tucked in behind this rubber. Cool. Let's push that out of the way. So it should be a fairly simple job. Just going to take out these with a 10mm. Should, in theory, lift up. There it is there. There we go. Small plug. Big plug. Okay. So you can see that the serial number's different. It's definitely a different device. Plugs are the same configuration. It doesn't have a screw mounting point, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So this is a pretty easy job, as you can see, and this is a TCI rather than a CDI. So it's not a capacitor discharge ignition. Supposedly it is a transistor controlled ignition. So that was pretty easy. Doesn't have a screw like the other one to screw into that mounting hole. So we'll just go old school and we'll use a cable tie around the bracket to to hold it in. It's not on display. It's tucked in underneath the cover that we built. It's in there. Clip that off. That's in there pretty well. So now it's pretty much just a case of putting it back together. A rubber seat pan. That's on. Pretty much all there is to it. So now guys, it's the moment of truth. Will it start? And then we'll take it for a ride and see by the seat of the pants dyno whether we get any power increase or added benefit, or maybe negative. Straight up, it started, leapt to life. Take it to idle. Responding to throttle. Sounds really eager. So realistically, there's not much else to do, guys, but go and get some gear on, take it for a ride, and see if it's made any positive or negative difference. But yeah, sounds very eager. I'll be right back with you. G'day guys, this is the test of the SRV250 TCI. The bike does sound a little bit different. Certainly responds to the throttle. Another quarter turn, I reckon. Yeah, that sounds a bit better. Righto. Try again. Helps to put some petrol in your bike before you mess about with it. So we put the SRV250 TCI into the Project Gilby budget bobber build, and it had mixed results. Low end seemed to be a little lower, but the top end it seemed to have a little bit more. It seemed to have anything up to about 10 kilometers per hour higher top end, which is quite a significant amount when you're only talking 120, 130 kilometers an hour. But in reality, the bike seemed more flighty, less rideable. The fun of this bike is the low end torque, and to lose some of that and lose the cruisability of the bike for 10 kilometers per hour top end just doesn't seem worth it. I'm going to have a play with it. I'm not going to scrap it. We'll come back to it, but it's not just plug and play as rumour had it. So next time we will put it in. We might play with some of the tuning of the bike. We might increase the jetting just to give it more fuel and see if that helps sort of allow it to behave right through the rev range. So SRV250 TCI in XV250, it's not a resounding yes, but it's not a dead no either. It's not thumbs up, it's not thumbs down. Thumbs in the middle. Needs more work and ultimately needs more research, which is going to be fun. And I might talk to a few guys that know a lot more about this than what I do, and we'll see if we can come to an sort of a tune that actually increases the performance of the bike without sort of jeopardizing some of the rideability. So I've put it back in. Starts. That, my friends, is this week's video. My name's Taz. I'll see you next time. Till then, guys, I'm out.